Hello everyone, today we plan to take a closer look at the Zodiac Hawk, the lead product of the ICE TTO range of printers. What sort of user would this product appeal to? Well, it's really aimed at anyone who needs to print real-time data onto flexible packaging. That could be VFS machines, flow wrappers, labelers, sachet machines, tray sealers, thermoformers, pretty much any machine that uses flexible material. And what about the printed data? This machine has a print head which is 53mm wide and can print anything within that width. That data could be barcodes, dates, times, graphics, pretty much anything which the user needs to print in real time. The first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the machine's architecture. The designers have paid a lot of attention to ensuring the machine can be easily installed and integrated nicely. So let's take a look at the components of the printer. There are three parts to the Zodiac Hawk: the printer itself, the operator interface, or the Clarity as it's known, and the power supply. Having a three-box format offers an incredible amount of flexibility. The three-box format allows for the Clarity and the power supply to be mounted together like this and separated if required, so that the power supply can mount inside of a cabinet away from harm's way. The power supply even has a dim rail clip, so it can mount inside of a packaging machine cabinet and only needs one cable connected to the printer. Unlike most thermal coders, the Zodiac needs no compressed air. In this form, the power supply and the Clarity screen can be connected together using a standard USB cable. The real beauty of this system is its flexibility. The combined PSU and Clarity can be fitted together onto a single mount for simplicity, or a screen can be mounted remotely for best operator access. And guess what? A single screen can operate up to 4 printers with all the vital information controls on one single screen. So it doesn't matter if the Zodiac Hawk needs to be fitted to a single head labeler or a multi-lane thermoformer. Both are simple. So let's take a more detailed look at each component. If we look at the printer first, we can see it has a cassette system to hold the thermal ribbon. The cassette has to be the simplest design possible, with 2 mandrels to hold the ribbon spools and 2 ribbon rollers to guide the ribbon. Also, a guide pin has been added to ensure the cassette can be easily aligned when engaging it into the printer. Let's put some ribbon on to see how easy it is to replace. If we take a look inside the printer, we can see the clever technology which gives the machine such an incredible performance. The twin belt system allows the printer to operate on continuous or intermittent packaging machines with no mechanical changes required for the printer. It also provides electronic actuation for the printhead movement, meaning no compressed air is required, a real benefit in today's modern factory. And of course, it means very precise control of head pressure. This precision offers real benefit to head life and print quality, allows the machine to print at very high speeds. We can also see the eye-assure components. This is the technology magic which allows the printer to check its own prints and confirm the quality. This is absolutely unique to this product. Let's put the cassette back in and allow the printer to calibrate. During this process, the printer has measured the ribbon diameter and set the correct tension ready to print. The solid-state ribbon drive means the Zodiac needs no adjustments or replacement of parts in the ribbon drive system for most of, or even possibly, all of its working life. It really is maintenance-free. The cassette will hold 1200 meters of ribbon, with any widths between 20mm or 55mm. This then means for a typical 20mm long print image running at around 50 packs a minute, you would get around 60,000 prints. That would then equal 20 hours. Some customers actually manage several days before changing the ribbon. Don't forget, this is also helped by the solid state ribbon drive, ensuring a consistent 0.5mm gap between each print. And remember, it does this without needing any adjustments at all. The printer is now ready to go. A good time to take a more detailed look at the Clarity interface. Clarity is common across all ICE products and has been designed really with a few simple goals. Make the operator's life as easy as possible and reduce coding errors. In the case of the Zodiac Hawk, the Clarity has two mounting options. It can be plugged directly into the power supply or anywhere within 3 meters of the power supply. This connection would then be done using a standard USB cable between the units. What we are looking at here is the home screen. This can be reached at any time by simply pressing the Home symbol tab located in the top left-hand corner of the screen. From here, the operator can achieve most of his requirements on a day-to-day basis, with very few button presses. These include changing the job and previewing the current job selected. The Hawk does, of course, have the new iAssure system. All of this data is now available via Clarity. Let's run the printer for a while and take a look at what the home screen tells us. We can now see that the printer is printing at 115 packs per minute, and we can now see when the ribbon is expected to run out if we stay at this speed on this print job. We can also see what the iAssure system is measuring to check the print quality. If we take a quick look under the print head, we can see a flashing red light. This is the iAssure system checking each print in real time, using the ribbon image as reference. The home screen can also show us the measured quality with a simple percentage success rate, with more detail available at the touch of a button. This screen shows the images being captured by iAssure in real time, with details of the measured quality displayed alongside. The Zodiac Hawk is the only machine available which can do this, and the only printer which can capture and record all three components of OEE. That's overall equipment effectiveness. The iAssure system can operate at any speed up to the maximum print speed, and can be configured to respond in a variety of ways should it detect loss of print quality. One possibility is to stop and error if a trend of reduced print quality is seen, or alternatively if a single defective print is measured. This can be rejected from the line as the Zodiac is able to synchronise with the packaging machine to ensure the pack is ejected at the right time. Talking of speed, we've not actually mentioned that the Zodiac can run at speeds of 1000 millimeters per second and right down to 1 millimeters per second, yet another unique feature. Anyway, let's return to the home screen and take a look at what the operator might need to do on that day-to-day basis. The most obvious requirement for the operator is to change the print job. There are a number of ways to do this, but the simplest and most common way is to press the job button. This will present us with a list of jobs that have been saved to the local memory of the printer, but if you require it, the list could be stored at a server and sent remotely. If we now choose a job, you will see the Zodiac has prompted us for some decisions to be made. These decisions and rules around them are managed within the ClaraSuite label design software. You can learn about this in the ClaraSuite video. In this case, the job we have chosen has some options for the operator. The first one involves a display until date. In this case, the machine has calculated the correct date based on an offset from today's date, which is 6 days, but will also allow the operator to make a change to this, but in a controlled way to prevent errors. This date is also linked to another date, as might be the case for a display until and use by date. These dates usually need to have a fixed link between them, and in this case the Zodiac maintains this at 2 days. So even if the operator changes the display until date, the use by follows, automatically removing the chance of any mistake. The job also contains a field with a list. This is useful if countries of origin or product varieties need to be printed. Choosing from a list is very easy and means no spelling mistakes. This is really clever software. It's even aware of specific date rules operated by various supermarkets and can adjust dates to deal with events like Christmas and bank holidays. The next thing we need to do with this print job is to set the price. The machine in this case allows us to change the price but within a controlled range. So if I enter a new value, it must be within that range. The price in this print job is also contained within the barcode, and so the barcode is automatically updated with the new price. The Clarity is even smart enough to change the currency unit if we set the price to £1 or above. We have now selected our new job. We can see this at any time by pressing the job name on the screen. The printer will now show us a full WYSIWYG view of the print job, a perfect preview of what is being printed. Another important part of the operator's life is dealing with events. For example, the ribbon running out. The machine will warn us of this and of course predict this event based on current job and speed. When the ribbon does finally run out, the printer will stop and advise clearly with what has happened, along with instructions about what needs to be done to resume printing. The Zodiac Hawk also has onboard tutorial videos. These can guide the operator through the most frequent things they will need to do, changing the print head, cleaning the print head, etc. Before we leave the Clarity and look at the power supply, one last point about job selection and coding errors. Although the Clarity is a pretty simple interface, you really want to reduce the risk of errors. Scanning barcodes is the most secure way to do this. In this case, we simply connect a USB scanner to the Clarity and scan a barcode to select a job. Typically, this barcode will be part of a production order, or it could even be the primary barcode on the packaging. This feature is standard within the software. Also standard on all Clarity interfaces is the web browser capability. If this is enabled, the screen can be operated via a web browser in exactly the same way as it will be operated locally. This feature is very useful for remote diagnostics, and it also makes it a very simple process to integrate the Clarity system into a packaging machine. This to allow all the printer functions to be operated from the screen of the packaging machine. So that's the Clarity interface. Let's take a look at the last component, the power supply. This is the only part of the machine which needs an external connection. It just needs electricity. Either 110 or 230 volts is fine. The printer will adapt accordingly. Remember, the Zodiac Hawk range needs no compressed air. The other connections allow the machine to be connected to networks and to the packaging machine. This connector houses all the digital signals, including print signals, fault, warnings and encoder inputs. The same connector is also available at the printer. Again, this is a massive benefit to easy installation and application flexibility. Should you need to fit more than one printer to a packaging machine, for example a multi-lane tray sealer or a thermoformer, it's as simple as plugging an Ethernet cable into each power supply, this to link them together. Up to 4 Zodiac Hawks can be operated from a single Clarity screen. If we want to install the power supply inside of a cabinet, it comes with a DIN rail mount which just clips straight on. We then just need to connect a USB cable between the power supply and the Clarity. If we want to mount the power supply and the Clarity together, we just push the Clarity on and we can mount both in a convenient location. So that's the Zodiac Hawk. It's fast, it's reliable, it's easy to use, it checks its own print. What's not to like?